Hello everyone. It's me, Chaff Commander Coffee. And we are drafting some more War of the Spark. Last draft went very well. Went 5 wins with an Azorius flyer deck. And now we're gonna start up another one. So let's start picking cards. So, pack 1, pick 1. We have our rare. It's Commander Dreadhorde. I don't know how good this is in draft. I get the feeling that it's not. Mostly because you're going to take some damage, right? And how many creatures are you ideally going to resurrect with this? Maybe 2? And that's good value, but you're burning yourself down really low, and against certain decks, you're just going to get killed by like a Heartfire or something. So I don't think it's worth picking Commander Dreadhorde. It's a very, like, and there's not enough life gain in the set to really, really support it. So the rest of the cards we've got, the Wanderer, I've been very impressed by how well the Wanderer has performed overall. We've got Enforcer Griffin, which is a very good flyer. Callous Dismissal, which is excellent against mass tokens. Contentious Plan, which is good for the Proliferate deck, but it's not something I want to pick up in pack 1. Tamio's Epiphany, which is a very good source of card draw, very good in the longer control games. Tidebearer Giant is a big boy that cycles himself, so it's not too bad either. Heartfire is probably the best, or one of the better sacrifice deck outlets, gets some good damage in. It's also good reach as well. Return to Nature is fine for the sideboard, but it's nothing special. And Steady Aim, which I actually got wrecked by in my last draft a couple of times, but I don't think it's one of the better instant speed effects. So I think pack 1, pick 1. I would take the Wanderer over Commander Dreadhorde, to be honest. Let's grab the Wanderer. Pack 2. We have a Bleeding Edge, which is a pretty damn good piece of removal, and it amasses, so that's nice. Spellkeeper Weird. If you've got a really bomby spell that you can recur, like Commence the Endgame, Spellkeeper Weird goes up massively in value. We've got Vraska's Finisher, which is a good way to kill off larger creatures that you don't have the power on board to deal with. Saheeli's Silverwing is an alright enough filler flyer. Pollenbright Druid, good for the Proliferate deck, but we need like a big payoff card that we're proliferating on to really make this work. And then Band Together, which is a pretty solid fight card in the set. It's not a fight card because they deal their power to target creature. So that can allow wider decks to deal with bigger mass tokens or bigger creatures. But I think Bleeding Edge as a piece of removal and an amass card is probably a good one to pick up. Okay, pick 3. Spark Harvest is dank. I'll probably just take this right now. It's one of the best pieces of removal in the set. You can sack off creatures you don't need anymore to destroy a problem planeswalker or creature, and if you get later in the game and you don't want to sack the creature off, you can just pay the extra cost. So I think Spark Harvest is the pick here. Okay, we have Nahiri, which, yeah, creatures get first strike on your turn, which is fairly decent. Equip abilities cost 1 less to activate. There's actually nothing with equip in the set, so that's a bit of a dead piece of passive text. But dealing X damage to target tapped creature can be pretty solid. If your opponent swings in with a creature on turn 3, you can then drop Nahiri on turn 4 and then just smash it down. Aside from that, the rest of the pack looks pretty unimpressive. Snare Spinners are one of the few reach creatures in the set, and it's quite nice. It's also a good thing to put Proliferate counters on. And Centaur Nurture is a nice piece of fixing, but I don't think I want to be playing Abzan. Nahiri would fit in a white-black deck, so I think we take the Nahiri here.
I never cast the first stone.
Alright, we've got a second Wanderer. I'm not excited about picking a second Wanderer, so we're going to ignore that. Bond of Passion, I think, is terribly overcosted for what it does. so I'm not really interested in taking that. Erratic Visionary is a good way of sorting out your draws. Sky Theatre Strix is a fine flyer. Chain Whip Cyclops is actually quite good. I quite like Chain Whip Cyclops, being able to swing through at Planeswalkers favourably by forcing their creatures not being able to block. And when you get to 8 mana, he can tap down. He can effectively stop 2 things from blocking, which can cause some really interesting combat situations. On the God Pharaohs, a fine card draw. Well, it's not really card draw, it's just kind of filtering, because you pay a card and discard a card to draw 2 cards, so you're basically just replacing 2 of your cards in your hand with 2 more cards. But it does amass 1, so it's got that going for it, I suppose. Otherwise, we've got Sealy Silverwing, which fits in pretty much any deck as a alright flyer. It's not the most exciting flyer, but it's something. And then Davriel Shadowfugue, which can get some very good dividends against control decks, forcing them to discard out rather than hold up cards. I think... I'm probably more likely to take the flyer here than anything else. Yeah, I think we're going to take the flyer. Okay, next pack. Nothing exciting aside from Kazmir's Transmutation. Doesn't really work against Proliferate. Does work against other stuff. Lazotep Plating can be a nice sort of counter spell. I think this is much better in draft than standard, but because it amasses, so you at least get a 1/1, but it also gives them hexproof, which does include both you and Planeswalkers. So if your opponent targets you with a sacrifice effect, or if they target a Planeswalker with, say, Spark Harvest or something like that, it can go 2 for 1. It also gives you a blocker. So I think we pick up the Lazotep Plating here. Okay, rest of this pack. Narset's a bit niche. I don't think she's very good in draft. Devouring Hellion's very good in the sacrifice deck to give you a big beat stick, but or to sacrifice your Planeswalkers that you've used up all their loyalty on. But I'm not too enamored with Devouring Hellion as a whole. Crush Descent is an alright counterspell. It's good on curve. It's not good any other time, really. So that's kind of like, that's the problem with it. It's like you kind of got to play it on turn 4. Transmutation is a good way to stop certain creatures from doing anything, really. Relentless Advance amasses 3. It's not that bad. It's a filler card. It's not the worst filler. It's alright. And then Vampire Opportunist, which is... It's a late game win con, but it's not a very good one. 7 mana for your opponent to lose 2 life, you gain 2 life is absolutely just it's not a good value. I think we don't mind taking the first copy of Kazmir's Transmutation. First copy is fine. So here we've got Prismite for mana fixing. It's not good at all, really, but we've got Defiant Strike, which is a fine cantrip. It's not too bad. It's not exciting though. It's not that good. No Escape, one of the better counter spells in the set, and Toll of the Invasion, which is a pretty decent discard effect. I think I want to take the Toll of the Invasion and No Escape kind of do the same thing, but I think Toll of the Invasion is more proactive. So I think we're going to take the Toll of the Invasion. Here, nothing particularly exciting. We haven't really decided whether we're in white, black, or blue. We're kind of keeping our options open. I think with Bleeding Edge, we're more likely to be in black because of the double black there. Wanderer's fine to splash with just 1 white. Nahiri can go in white or red, but she is double white or red, so you kind of got to commit to white or red to do that. I think we're more likely to stay in black, so I think we're going to take the Tidebearer Giant as just a big curve topper that we can, it cycles itself. Here we have an interesting choice. We've got Heartwarming Redemption. It is effectively card draw. It is life gain as well, but it's not very exciting. I don't think it's that good in draft. It can be fine, but I don't think it's particularly exciting. Teferi's Time Twist can be a nice combat trick, or is again not very exciting either. And see Silverwing is like eh. I think I'd rather take and have a copy of Teferi's Time Twist than anything else. Here we've got option of Light Shield, which helps with Proliferate, which we don't really have any of just yet. We've got some Amass. We've got Teferi's Time Twist, which I suppose helps with that. Otherwise, nothing really exciting. Davriel Shadow Fugue, fine against control decks. We're definitely not taking Primordial Worm, we've got nothing to support it so far. And Sky Theatre Strix, which helps when you've got lots of spells, which we've got a decent amount of spells already. So maybe we could play some sort of spells matter deck. And we've got a couple of Planeswalkers, but it's not a very good flyer. It's one of the weaker flyers in my opinion, because it's only got 2 toughness. So it kind of gets blown out by Aven Eternals, which are quite common. I think we're going to take Davriel Shadow Fugue for the controller matchups, the sort of control matchups. I'll take a Topple the Statue as a sideboard card than anything else in that pack. I guess I'll take another Davriel Shadow Fugue for the sideboard. And a Charmed Stray, which if we pick up like 20 of them, I suppose is relevant. Okay, this pack, Fubblethorpe, which we're not playing. He's good memes, but that's about all he is. He's not bad. I mean, at least he cycles himself, but he's nothing exciting. I think the best card in this pack is between Dovin and Thunderdrake. I think in the deck we've currently got, I think Thunderdrake might be better. Spark Reapers, fine as a card draw engine. You just sack out some of your weaker creatures to draw cards, gain some life. Ugin's Conjurance, a decent card for curving. Divine Arrow's good removal, but we're not necessarily in white, so I think Thunderdrake's the strongest card we've got here. Silent Submersible, of course that gets wheeled, because nobody's ever going to play that. Cruel Celebrant, Divine Arrow. Obnixlus's Cruelty is one of the best pieces of removal in the set, but so is Wanderer's Strike. I think I like Obnixlus's Cruelty more. So we're going to pick up an Obnixlus's Cruelty out of everything in this pack. I think that's probably the best one. We have an Ashiok as a potential Durdle Wincon. We have Bond of Revival, which we don't really have anything we want to recur with Bond of Revival. We have Sorin's Thirst or Vraska's Finisher. I think I like Vraska's Finisher more, especially with small amass tokens. You can just you can block something for 1, or like swing and then just get something blocked for 1 and then Vraska's Finisher it. So I think Vraska's Finisher is probably a bit better. Okay, Kaya, Bane of the Dead. 6 mana for exile target creature, and you can do it twice. Also hits hexproof. I think that's probably the best card here. We'll take a Kaya.
Somebody bothering you? I'll make them suffer.
I think I want to put Nahiri in the sideboard now. It's possible we have the Wanderer in the sideboard, and maybe we splash for the Wanderer, but it looks like we're in black-blue. Tamio's Epiphany. It's probably the best card here. Allows us to gas back up. Seems fine to me. This pack. Copy of Aid the Fallen's good to run. Enforcer Griffin is a good flyer. I'm not gonna lie, I am tempted to pick up the Enforcer Griffin, but I think Aid the Fallen with a Kaya or potentially a Wanderer is going to be quite good. We can also return Vraska's Finisher or Thunderdrake. We do need more creatures. We're looking at little light on creatures, so we need to prioritize picking them up. Here, I guess we've got quite a lot of spells already, so I think Sky Theatre Strix actually is starting to pay back a lot more. Or the Flux Channeler. That's a good payoff for Proliferate, and we've got a lot of spells. We've got a lot of non-creature spells. So maybe the Flux Channeler does work. So let's pick that up. See if we can't get the Flux Channeler to do some more work for us than anything else. Contentious Plan. Draws a card, proliferates. It's quite good with Thunderdrake. We don't really have any early drop creatures still. We still pick that up. Maybe pack 3 we're just going to have to jam creatures. I'm quite happy to see Dovin here. So I think we pick up Dovin over anything else.
It's hard to be a genius surrounded by lesser minds.
Another Saheeli Silverwing or a Contentious Plan or a Crushed Descent. Maybe a Crushed Descent. Are we a deck that likes Crushed Descent? I think we're holding up mana for a lot of the time, so I think Crushed Descent seems fine. I guess we'll take... I think we'll take a Bulwark Giant in case we splash white, rather than anything else. I'll I don't want to pick up another Charmed Stray, so I guess a Light Shield. We'll take a Behemoth just because we need creatures. And Totally Lost, which, sure. This pack. Oh, man, this pack's pretty stacked. Oh. So, Chandra, I was actually kind of unimpressed with as a red Planeswalker. If she doesn't get dealt with, she's pretty powerful, but otherwise, she's kind of eh. Prison Realm is premium removal. Guard Mage is dank, but it is in white. Tyrant Scorn is, again, premium removal, and it's in our colours. Thunder Drake is just another great creature to have. I think we're very unlikely to wheel any of these, to be honest. But would I prefer to have a Thunder Drake, Elite Guard Mage, or Tyrant Scorn? If we were to play white, we're not really splashing white for very much, so it makes Elite Guard Mage a bit awkward, as well as Prison Realm. You know what? We need the creatures. I think we're going to pick up the Thunder Drake and just hope we get something good out of that pack. Another Thunder Drake. Okay, we've got Davriel as well. Augur of Bolus wouldn't be bad in this deck. Davriel's a good way to rip your opponent's hand apart. Quite good with Proliferate as well. The Thunder Drake's just really good. Lazotep Reaver's fine to block the board up. We do need some... What are we looking at? A lot of 3-drops, a lot of 4-drops. I'm not bothered by having lots of 3 and 4-drops. So that's fine by me. Maybe we take the Davriel. Or do we just take another Thunder Drake? Thunder Drake is such a bomb just by itself. Like, it's just so good. I think we're taking another Thunder Drake. Okay, now we're really looking for instants and sorceries, or like cheap stuff to play alongside the Thunder Drake. And I think on the essence of cheap stuff and a card draw engine, I think the Erratic Visionary is fine. We get rewarded with another Thunder Drake, so we're playing Thunder Drake dot deck. I don't mind playing Thunder Drake dot deck. Seems fine to me. We also got Davriel. I think 3 Thunder Drakes is... Is there ever enough Thunder Drakes? That's the question you have to ask yourself. Is there ever enough Thunder Drakes? And it works really well with the Flux Channeler. Like, really, really well with the Flux Channeler. But if we fill our deck with 4-drops, it's going to be hard to double cast cards when we do get the Thunder Drakes out. Maybe we take the Davriel. Maybe the Toll of the Invasion. Davriel's probably better than Toll of the Invasion anyway. It's actually genuinely a hard pick. We do need more creatures. Is it Drakes and Dimir? Yeah, pretty much. Is it Drakes and Dimir? We're going to take Drake. Fuck it. Thunder Drake, number 4. Here, I think we take the Lazotep Reaver. It's a pretty easy pick. We need the creatures to block the ground. Sorin's Thirst might actually be fine in this deck as a cheap spell to get our Thunder Drakes rolling. I think Sorin, and it's a piece of removal as well. It's not the best removal, but it's fine. We'll take the Sorin's Thirst. We've got another Spark Harvest. That's coming quite late. I am happy to take another Spark Harvest. We can sacrifice some of our smaller amass tokens to get that to work. No Escape. I'm quite happy to run No Escape over Crushed Ascent. It's basically a straight upgrade. Here, what do we want? Guild Globe might help us fix for white cards if we want to play some white cards in the deck. It also cycles itself, so it's 1 less card in the deck. It's also a spell that's being cast for the... it works on Flux Channeler, it works on the Thunder Drake. I think Guild Globe's actually genuinely decent in this deck. Contentious Plan, definitely going to pick that up straight away. Sky Theatre Strix is going to work well with all the spells that we have. I guess we take a War Screecher for sideboard. Neoform because it's uncommon. And a Charmed Stray, which we're not going to play. Okay, so we're playing Dimir Drakes. And we're just going to name the deck Dimir Drakes right now because that is what it is. Dimir Drakes. Right, let's build this mess of a deck. Right, so Thunder Drake. 4 copies. Now we need cards that are either going to be cheap enough to play onto Thunder Drakes or some ways of keeping them in the game. So Contentious Plan seems like a no-brainer. Iraq Visionary is cheap and also draws through our deck, so he seems good. Lazotep Plating protects them from removal. Flux Channeler is going to be an insane payoff card with those many Drakes. I think we probably want... Tamio's Epiphany's good draw, so I'm fine running Tamio's Epiphany. I don't think we want to run Crush Descent, but No Escape seems fine. Teferi's Time Twist can also be good to get the Proliferate rolling on the Drakes. It's also a cheap spell we can cast. Perhaps bouncing. We don't actually have many creatures to bounce, to be honest. We could bounce like the Lazotep Reaver or something. Let's take the Lazotep Reaver. Bleeding Edge. Obnix's Cruelty. Vraska's Finisher, which can be good with, let's take the Guild Globe, some cheap spells to combo our stuff off. I think Dovin and Kaya see play in the deck. They're both in our colours. Kaya's a good way of getting rid of big boys later in the game. Still want to pick cards that are cheap. We don't... Spark Harvest might not be so good. I mean, if we get some amass tokens, we can use the Spark, and kill the Spark Harvest, but we need some more cheap creatures to make that work. And I think Toll of the Invasion gives us a mass. Aid the Fallen could return Kaya, which is pretty powerful, as well as, say, Vraska's Finisher or Thunder Drake. Aid the Fallen seems fine. Sorin's Thirst as cheap removal, maybe? Do we take some more cheap spells? I think we want to run at least 1 Spark Harvest. We might want to run 2. Depends what the matchups look like by the end of it. We could always sideboard in white mana to play Wanderer if our opponent's got lots of 4 power creatures. So that's something we can do. We can fix it with the Guild Globe as well, so it's a little easier. Same goes for Nahiri. If our opponent's got lots of problematic creatures we need to deal with, that could be relevant. I think Sorin's Thirst is going to be a little on the weaker side than anything else. So I think we take the Strix. And do we take the Crush Descent or the Teferi's Time Twist? Teferi's Time Twist could be a really nice combo with Kaya or Dovin to protect them. We could also take the Frog. We could take Thanos the Frog. Basically, the deck revolves around getting a Thunder Drake out as quickly as possible. We actually have a very, very, very high chance of having one of these in our opening hand almost every game, because we've got 4 in the deck. I think we might want to take the Crush Descent, actually. It doesn't help very much with the Thunder Drake, though, like proliferating them up. Doesn't help. We could take a Davriel Shadow Fugue. Try to burn our opponent out of options, but it doesn't... Again, it's not very good with the Thunder Drakes. Maybe we just take the Sorin's Thirst. It is instant speed. Could help us get some good blocks. I'm not gonna lie, but Sorin looks like a character out of DMC in that card art, which I'm not disappointed by, because Sorin screams DMC. But there you go. Alright, we'll take Sorin's Thirst. We'll play Dimir Drakes. This is the deck. Let's see how it does. Okay. We are heavier on black. We've got double black for Sorin's Thirst, Bleeding Edge, and oh, we need to put Drake as our picture, obviously. Thunder Drake. There we go. Dimir Drakes. Kai is also triple black, so we're definitely heavier on black than blue. Though we do need the blue for our 2-drops for the most part. But yeah, let's see how Dimir Drakes does. 4 Thunder Drakes. Are Thunder Drakes one of those cards that you can just keep picking more of and it's just good? Is it a common bomb? I think it is. We will play first. Double black. Do we like this hand with double black? If we find one more land, we're fine. If we can't, we're not. I think we keep it. This could blow us out if we can't draw land. There's an island, so we're fine. We are on Dimir. So we can toll the invasion, follow with Thunder Drake. If we find some more land. Counting links, okay. Lazotep Reaver gives us an option to block that up, but we could also just play the Flux Channeler. Flux Channeler doesn't block. Lazotep Reaver does, but I think we toll the invasion, see what they've got. Arlen's Wolf, Snare Spinner, New Horizons, Jiang Yangu. I think we take the Jiang Yangu, to be honest. They're probably going to New Horizons here. Yep, and they're going to put the counter on the links. We're going to take 3. No blocks. Erratic Visionary. I think we play the Flux Channeler here because we can start getting a mass value rolling. No attacks. I probably should attack because I'm not planning on blocking, so maybe I should just attack there. No blocks. Arlen's Wolf. Bleeding Edge deals with these quite nicely, so Aid the Fallen. Okay. So if we play the... Do we play the Erratic Visionary? Do we play the Lazotep Reaver? I think we play the Lazotep Reaver. We're going to Spark Harvest, sacrificing. We're going to target to kill the Pouncing Lynx, I think, because it's a first striker. And we're going to sacrifice the Lazotep Reaver. We're going to proliferate, putting another counter on him. Blow up the Lynx. No attacks. World Scale Crocodile, okay. That's something we can trade for. Do we want the Visionary or Aid the Fallen? I think we play the Strix. Do we play the Strix? Maybe not. We could just play Finisher just to block the World Scale Croc. I think that's fine. That's just a 3-2. We need more land. Land would be great. Our opponent's got all the land they could ever need to play the fattiest creatures ever. Mowu. Mowu's going to be a real problem. Dovins could be pretty legit, actually. We dove in. We proliferate.
I look forward to seeing
We target Mowu.
The fault is not in our stars, but in ourselves.
Law Reinforcer can tap down the Vraska's Finisher. Is he going to attack? Our opponent's not attacking. Okay. Let's play the Guild Globe. Flux Channeler's going to proliferate again. There's a swamp. I could crack the Guild Globe. I don't see why I wouldn't. Let's turn Mowu off again.
When pursuing creativity,
And I think we drop the Erratic Visionary. So next turn we can Thunder Drake and Strix. Or Thunder Drake, then we can Strix and Aid the Fallen in the same turn, which I think is pretty good. No attacks. If we proliferate once more, then the Ward Scale Croc is basically a dead card. Is he going to swing at Dovin? Do we let that go through? I think we can let that go through. Or do we just block it with the Visionary? Just block it with the Visionary. Opponent's got a combat trick in hand, I think. Or he's got the Law Enforcer. Tamio's Epiphany. That's pretty good. Let's drop the Drake. Turn Mowu off.
Boxes are made to be thought outside of.
No attacks. Lorien Enforcer's going to tap down the Vraska's finisher. I will let him kill Dovin if he swings for Dovin again. Because we can start getting some mad proliferate value rolling. Putting a counter on Ward Scale Croc. He's not putting the counters on Mowu, which seems very odd. Very odd indeed. Not swinging. Okay, that's very strange. We're going to play the Sky Theatre Strix. I'm going to dove in to turn the Mowu off.
We're studying contrasts.
And we're going to aid the Fallen just to get the counters on Thunder Drake. And we're going to bring back the Reaver. Alright, so we're going to put the Drake first, so it puts the counter on itself, then it proliferates afterwards. Okay, I will chump block the Ward Scale Croc, because we've lost our Aid the Fallen now, so we can't really block the Croc now profitably. So I will chump block it with the Sky Theatre Strix if he swings with it at Dovin. Okay, got a land. Dovin can turn off Mowu again.
There are many
and we'll Tamio's Epiphany.
into a virtue.
Proliferate some more. And we're quite happy to just sit behind our board and just get some serious value. Do we need another Drake? Yeah, I guess so. Bleeding Edge gets rid of the Lorien Enforcer, which is great, and we definitely want no escapes, so I think we're gonna bottom the Swamp. I think we're gonna bottom the Drake as well, because we don't need it. Like, if our opponent can't remove the Drake, we just win the game. Like, we'll just play it like this, I think. Could have done with an extra land, actually, to be fair, but we want more blue land, I think. We've got 3 black to play Kaya anyway. We can't swing because the Snare Spinner will just block the Strix, and kill it. So he's going to tap down the Thunder Drake, which is fine. He must be preparing for like a big swing, but yeah, okay. Looks like he's gonna commit to a swing here. I will not block it with the Amass token, because if he's got combat tricks, he'll just get a free kill there, and amassing up to 7 can be pretty difficult. What's he got? Plays a forest. Okay, so we've got an island here. We are going to Bleeding Edge the Lorien Enforcer. Okay, and then we are going to hold up. I could play the Lazotep Reaver to get the extra counter on Thunder Drake. Lazotep Reaver's going to come down, turn this into an 11-11. Turn Mowu off.
Boxes are made to be thought
and we will swing with the Drake and the 11-11. Oh yeah, he can just block it with the Mowu. Duh. Well, I gave him the option to trade. If he's got combat tricks. That's what I did. He chose not to. What's he got here? Nothing. Got nothing. Can't deal with that huge Drake. So we know our opponent can't deal with the huge Drake. I think Crushed Descent's probably quite good in this matchup. And so Spark Harvest. Is Spark Harvest that good? He's probably got some bigger creatures in there. I think Soren's Thirst is only really good against the Law Rune Enforcer, and that's about it. So I think we'll take Soren's Thirst out. Lazotep Plating looks like it's not going to be... He might have the Band Together swing attack, but I think Sky Theater Strix is a bit weak. So we'll take those out. I think we'll put in Crush Descent. And if he has got combat tricks, Teferi's Time Twist gets better. If he's got big boys, Kasmina's Transmutation is better, so I think we'll put in Kasmina's. And I think aside from that, do we take out the Vraska's finisher? No, I think that should be fine. We'll go with that. He'll probably start chucking in lots of, you know, like the one green, one colorless put flyer on bottom of deck. If he drafted any of them. This hand doesn't really do anything. Our opponent does get to go first as well. We do have the Kasmina's Transmutation though, so maybe it's worth it to keep it. We can play the we can probably play the Thunder Drake. That's the main thing. Okay, we got the black mana. Okay, following the Drake with a Transmutation and Contentious Plan is pretty solid. There's a second Drake, so do we play really greedy? I think we do. I think we play really, really greedy. Is he going to pay for the Grizzly? I think he might, actually. So play the Drake. Okay, so it's a land. Or a spell. No blocks. Okay, gonna play a Swamp, play another Drake. Hey, swing for 2 in the air. Okay, gets Arlen's Wolf, we don't care about that. Oh man. Oh, some filthy stuff is about to happen. We can turn off Vivian's Grizzly, which is certainly something we want to do, because otherwise he keeps searching through his deck with the Grizzly. No blocks. Okay, we could Ob Nixilis' Cruelty it. That seems fine, so if we Ob Nixilis' Cruelty, targeting Grizzly, Grizzly dies. He hasn't got a pump, and we Contentious Plan. This is filth. Okay, swing for 8 in the air. Donk, donk. Oh, Dimir Drakes. Oh, so good. Our opponent concedes. He packs his bags and goes on holiday because anywhere is better than here. Alright, into play our beacon. Seems fine. Alright, so game one. Game one, pretty easy win. Get those Drakes down. Proliferate those bad boys up. Go face in the air for a mad amount of damage. Pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah, carry on with our all-day drafts. Feels good. Okay, opponent goes first. This hand seems fine. If we can find more black mana, it's good. If we find any mana, we can no escape. So it seems fine. Opponent mulls down to 5. Opponent mulls down to 4. Opponent concedes. Game 1. Scries to the bottom. Okay, he has land. He does actually have land, so that's fine. Does he have 2 land? He's got a second land, and it's any colour. So he could be playing anything right now. Okay, we'll pass. I probably should have played the Swamp so I can Soren's Thirst. Opponent's got 3 mana. 2 of it's of any colour. He could play basically any Planeswalker in the set on his next turn. But we will counter it if he does. So, no pressure, my friend. But, okay, opponent has nothing. I think we play the Visionary and hold up Soren's Thirst. Or Spark Harvest, one or the other. He's playing Bant. Trusted Pegasus. Resolve that. Just Soren's Thirst that straight away. Okay, let's play Tamio's Epiphany first. We want the island, we want the Drake, we want Aid the Fallen, we don't want the swamp. One damage going face. Oh, he's got a Divine Arrow. He's got Divine Arrow or like Gideon's Triumph or something. He's got something that kills attackers. Okay, so we're going to play the Swamp. We're going to play the Thunder Drake. And we are going to Contentious Plan. Second spell of the turn. Puts counter on it. Proliferate. Feels good. And swing with the Visionary. Opponent takes it. Yes, you do. Okay. We are going to start off by casting Contentious Plan. Draw Kaya. And we will swing with both our boys. He's gonna let, I think he's got a Divine Arrow. I think that's what he's got. Okay, and there's no point casting any other cards. No point casting Aid the Fallen. Anything like that. We've got Kaya coming up next, which basically is a nail in the coffin for our opponent that doesn't actually have any answers to any of our stuff. Just swing with both. There's no point revealing cards. He's dead next turn if he can't provide an answer. Divine Arrow. I guess we just let that through. Like, there's no point revealing cards to our opponent. There's no point even countering his stuff if it's not actually a threat. Rescue a Sphinx. I guess we no escape that. Put that on bottom. Opponent has got something else. I think we'll end step Lazartep playing. Puts a counter on that, we get the mass token, and we swing for 7. And kill him. Okay, so opponent got... Firstly, he didn't draw any land in his opening hand, and then he just drew nothing but land, so it feels real bad for our opponent. Looks like he's on a Bant Thing deck. I don't think I like the Strix. Lazartep plating seems good against Divine Arrow, so we'll keep that in there. Sorin's Thirst, how relevant is that going to be? He might have Law Rune Enforcers, but I think we'll take Sorin's Thirst out. If he's playing like Gateway Plazas and stuff, I think Crush Descent is very strong, because he's going to be tapping out his lands to play Gateway Plazas, which might throw him off. And if he's playing Bant, he's probably got quite a few Planeswalkers. Or maybe he's just playing Bant Proliferate. Maybe another Spark Harvest is worth it, but I'm not sure. We're probably playing the control game, so I think maybe another Spark Harvest is fine. Let's go with that. This hand seems a little shitty, but we could always draw some more answers. We've got enough mana to get Thunder Drake, and our odds of drawing Thunder Drake are pretty good. Opponent has to mulligan again. Our opponent is currently in the position of feeling quite bad. We will play the Swamp and pass. Teo's Light Shield, that's fine. It's just a 1/4, doesn't really do anything. Resolve that. Pass, pass, pass. Okay, we're going to play another island, play the Flux Channeler. We need more black mana for both Kaya and Spark Harvest. Our opponent's got a Thunder Drake. Okay. We have our own Thunder Drake. No attacks. What can our opponent do to stop us here? He's going to Gateway Plaza, tapping down the plains. He might just hold up a counterspell. I will let that go through, no blocks. Okay. I will play another Thunder Drake. Okay. I won't attack because I know he's got Divine Arrow and things, and I don't have enough mana to hold up Lazotep plating, so... Locks it on Sergeant, okay. I think he's got Divine Arrow in hand, so I'm not going to block. No blocks. Okay, another Thunder Drake. How greedy do we want to be? Board clears in this set? Yeah, there is. There's actually a few. There's the red-white Justice Strike. Is red-white and 2 colorless to Justice Strike the entire board. There's double red-black 1, amass 2, then deal X damage to each creature where X is the size of your army, or it's to each non-army creature where X is the size of your non-army, size of your army, sorry. There's Time Wipe, which is double blue and a white, and 2 colorless to bounce a creature to your hand, then destroy all creatures in play. It's pretty good. I think we want to Vraska's Finisher here. We Vraska's Finisher. We swing with all of our Drakes. The opponent goes, gotcha. We Lazotep's plating him. He feels bad. Rally of Wings. Okay. Resolve that. He will Lazotep plating. Oh, has he got the Divine Arrow as well? Yeah, he's got the Divine Arrow as well. Unfortunately, it didn't get it quite out of range. So we're going to Spark Harvest, targeting this, and we'll sacrifice this. I could have sacrificed the Vraska's Finisher, but I'd rather just have one huge Thunder Drake than anything else. So we're in top deck mode. Yeah, pretty low chance, yeah. All the board wipes are in rare. They're all rare, so it's very, very unlikely to have board wipe. I will just take that trade. No, there's literally no reason not to take that trade. That's a good trade for us. And we get ourselves a Kaya. We proliferate on the Thunder Drake. We will exile the Martyr for the cause, because the Martyr can proliferate some more. And we will swing with the Thunder Drake. 4/6. Opponent plays anything of consequence, and we simply exile it out of the game. And our opponent packs it up. Cool. Opponent has had enough. Once again, the Dimir Drake's deck paying its dues. It's just desserts. It is a trap card that causes your opponent to lose 400 life. So not bad, doing quite well so far. Let's see how far we can go. Can we go full 5 wins with 4 Drake's deck? Okay, this seems... We're missing the black mana for Bleeding Edge, but we have got the Flux Channeler and Lazotep Plating. We've got the extra draw as well, so I think this is fine. Wall of Runes. Okay, so our opponent's playing a more Durdley style deck. Okay, he's putting his card on top. Okay, we're going to play... we're going to go for Island Swamp. And then we'll Bleeding Edge... Hopefully hit a valuable creature with it. We've got Ob Nixilis' Cruelty as well, so we've got an excellent hand, full of removal, and our opponent's not likely... Oh, there's a Teo. Oh no. He's gonna make loads of walls.
As a shield mage, I defend the defenseless. Anything to support my allies.
Oh no, he's got walls. And we just play the Flux Channeler. So he's playing red white. Oh, he's playing Jeskai.
It's us or them. Choose the right side. Join my cause.
Discarding. Let me guess. He's got nothing good to discard. He's got only value. Oh, he discarded a mountain. Okay, so he doesn't really mind discarding it. This might be like a 5-color Super Friends deck. You know, you never know. Is he gonna pop Teo again? Creates another wall. I think we're gonna play the island, and we're gonna bleeding edge the 2/2. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I forgot about Kasmina. That's gonna be a problem. That's actually pretty bad. I guess we pass. This is going to make this game very awkward. Very awkward indeed. It costs 5 mana for us to use any of our board clears. This is the kind of matchup where we probably want to sideboard our second Spark Harvest in. Okay, so Teferi, what's he going to do? He's going to bounce, he's going to cast... Okay. Oh god. We are in a sorry spot here. We need flyers. Flyers would be fine, because he can't block them.
We are the future.
I think we're going to bleeding edge the Mage there and a Mass 2. It's 5 color Planeswalkers. What do we think? Ramming speed. Oh, we're gonna get rammed by Angrath now. We're gonna get rammed by a fucking angry hench Minotaur.
No, I am not making this up as I go.
Has he got Callous Dismissal as well? Please don't tell me you got Callous Dismissal too. Okay, okay. Oh, there's a Thunder Drake. Play a Thunder Drake. So he has to either bounce the Thunder Drake or do something else. It's not looking good for us though. Teferi's going to bounce the Thunder Drake maybe. Loses Teferi.
Might be a bad idea.
AC gets rid of our Amass token. That's a pretty good choice. We can get rid of his Kasmina, which stops him from... Oh god, what's happening here? Oh crap, 4 mana. He might be holding up No Escape as well. Bond of Insight. Opponent's got a time wipe as well. Dear God, that's a pretty spicy. And we lost another Thunder Drake. Wow, so he's got time wipe.
Every day is a new lesson.
Okay, there's a Kaya. This is a difficult decision here. We get rid of the Angrath, or do we get rid of the Kasmina? I think we get rid of the Kasmina.
Some members burn too hot.
And I think we've got Ob Nixilus's Cruelty on the 5/5. Which kills that. And I think we're going to Contentious Plan just to boost the Thunder Drake up. Looking pretty dicey here, but he can't really use his time wipe profitably right now, so... Battlefield promotion. Has he got any more pumps? Uh-oh. So he can pull back, like... He can pull back time wipe again. Okay, so Angrath dies, Yamasu. Okay. I think we dove in.
I look forward to seeing your mistake.
Oh, I should have tapped that differently. Shit. Let's turn this off.
I'd be less frustrated if you had fewer flaws.
And pass. Auto tap wrecked me hit there because I couldn't Soren's Thirst one of his creatures as well. We might be able to just outvalue him and just get him to burn his deck out though. Because unless he can recur these Planeswalkers, he's kind of out of value or out of options. What's he going to return with the Spellkeeper weird? Return Defiant Strike, I guess, or Contentious Plan. Or Battlefield Promotion, rather. I get the feeling he's going to swing with everything and then time wipe. Returning Contentious Plan. Okay. What's he got? Contentious Plan. Okay. Cool. Card proliferates. We've got Lazartep Plating in case he tries to remove the Thunder Drake with a spell. He probably will time wipe the Drake. Okay, I'm gonna block the 3/3. Gideon's Triumph. Okay. So we could Kaya here. Exiling the 4/4.
Better watch your back from here on out.
Gonna kill Teo.
I got buried out there.
Gonna
Looking to
bubble the
elevate
2/2. Opponents
Perhaps a pair of stilts.
kind of out of options, so he kind of has to time wipe here. Unless he's got red mana that can just push damage face. We used our Lazotep's plating, so we might actually be able to pull this game out of the bag, but that time wipe is pretty scary. There's nothing we can do to stop it. So he's got land, moves to attackers, and just passes. Okay. I don't think I want to use the Kaya. So I think we'll start with Tamiyo's Epiphany. We do want creatures. I don't think we want an Erratic Visionary though. So we'll draw the extra Thunder Drake and another island. I'm going to Soren's Thirst the 2/2. Go up to 4. Swing for 5 against him. And turn. He's running out of cards, so, and you got to keep in mind my opponent will be running 17 lands probably. He's going to time wipe, bouncing the Wall of Runes. He's going to kill all the creatures on board. He's going to replay the Wall of Runes to scry. He can't bring time wipe back. Looks like he had land on top. He's going to play Dovin Hand of Control. He's going to gain a life from the Interplanar Beacon.
I wrote an entire treatise on your impending failure.
We're going to play Thunder Drake into Flux Channeler. Puts a counter on Thunder Drake. And then we'll pass. We haven't seen any red in his deck aside from Angrath. So it's quite possible he's splashing red just to play Angrath. Rather than like a Heartfire or something.
When pursuing creativity, define
Erratic Visionary. Actually, we want him to have that. Because it means he'll go through his deck faster. Teo's Light Shield. Putting a 1/1 counter on Teo's Light Shield. Okay, let's drop the Strix. And let's play the Contentious Plan. Proliferate on everything, draw a card. Okay, we're going to exile the Teo's Light Shield.
I'll be back. I don't let anything touch your cracks. Other than
And
myself,
pass.
of course.
We really don't care about the Wall of Runes. Once he loses Dovin, he's basically out of the game.
curious.
And soon enough, so he's got like 2 lands on bottom at least, possibly 3. Since he did scry earlier as well, so his deck is more or less just a few cards left. Strix is going to hit Dovin.
If
End turn.
that's your best, I needn't worry.
So he can Dovin one more time, and then he's out of options. Wow, okay. What spells has he got left, really?
Always nice to get out of the light.
Danger only makes field research more interesting.
Bottoms it. So he's got like maybe 3 playable cards left.
We're studying contrasts. I'm excellent, and you're, well, not.
Aid the Fallen. Ah, Aid the Fallen, you say? Okay. That's Kaya exiling Visionary.
I had guild business to attend to anyway.
And then Aid the Fallen for Planeswalker and Creature, returning a Thunder Drake and a Kaya. Going to play the Kaya. Exiling Wall of Runes.
Gone for now, but not forever.
And we will swing Strix at Dovin, and we won't bother swinging. Might as well bother swinging at the Ral.
Even with my insight, I didn't foresee this.
Opponent's got to have some sort of like crazy double cast with Ral. What's he actually actively double casting? Gideon's Triumph, I guess? Contentious Plan. He could double cast Battlefield Promotion, Defiant Strike. What's he got in Exile? Bond of Insight? No, he can't. He could double cast Bond of Insight, to be fair, but he's milling himself a hell of a lot to do that. So he's kind of just double casting Gideon's Triumph and Contentious Plan. That seems a little weak. Like, why would you care about double casting, like, Contentious Plan? Like, yeah, he's got a lot of Planeswalkers, I guess, but what's his win con? His win con's playing, like, Angrath and then just creating like a huge creature with that? I think you're out of cards, my friend. You've got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you've got 7 lands in your deck. You've got 7 cards, right? He's got 2 cards in the bin, so he's got, like... Oh, there's a Chandra. Okay. That's a little scary. We die to Chandra if we hit Chandra. Actually, no, we don't.
Boxes are made to be thought outside of.
Yeah, that's right, Dovin. Think outside the box. Think outside the box. Take it, Chandra. Oh, prevented damage. Damn it. Oh, well, until next turn, she can't do any damage to us either, so... Oh, well. Let's exile that.
Monsters know better than to hide under my head.
So Chandra can't deal damage to us. So we'll just keep using Dovin to shut Chandra out of the game, and he can't kill us. Unless he's got like a Heartfire or like a... No, Chandra's Triumph wouldn't do it. Ral Scrying does absolutely nothing. He's probably got nothing but lands left, right? Exiles Casminian's Transmutation. If you hit the Drake with that, it's still like a huge creature. It's still a 9/9. That does very little. Alright, and there's another Thunder Drake, so we're just going to dove in on Chandra. And everything's going to go face, except the 1/1 token and the Reaver. Opponent's dead next turn. Who wins in a fight, Dovin or Chandra? The law says Chandra, but in reality, Dovin's winning this one.
The forces of nature can show us many things.
And he concedes. Okay, game 1 in the bag. Ready for game 2. We want these. We want a Spark Harvest as well. Which means, what are we taking out? We want Spark Harvest. We probably want to see Silverwing as well. Do we really want Kaya? I don't think he's got enough stuff we actually want to exile, so I think we take the Kaya out. Do we even need Vraska's finisher? I don't think so. Alright, Tommy Ke. Thanks for watching. I'll see you around. If you want to see the rest of this draft, you can check it out on the YouTube when it pops up there. Anyway, let's see. What else do we not really care about? I think the Lazotep Reaver's a bit weak against... we do need Spark Harvest targets though, so... Strix does put pressure on the Planeswalkers. Soren's Thirst might be a bit weak, so I think we'll take that out, and... Bleeding Edge might be a bit weak as well, but it does a mass, which we do need. Maybe Obnix's Cruelty? Yeah, let's take out Obnix's Cruelty. I don't think that really... It hit the larger mass token from... Yeah, it did hit the very larger mass token. Maybe we keep that in there. We could take out one of the Thunder Drakes, but then we might as well just take out the Saheeli Silverwing. Yeah, maybe we take out the Saheeli Silverwing. Maybe it's not that good. Okay, we'll go with this. Maybe I should have taken a Swamp out and put an island in instead. We'll see. We'll see. Teddy Spaghetti. Right. This hand's fine as long as we draw one more land, so because we can play the Bleeding Edge. Yep, okay. Ideally we want some islands, but sure, we'll take this. Toll of the Invasion's a pretty good thing to start off with. Lazotep Reaver coming out turn 2 is good stuff as well. Gives us a excellent Spark Harvest engine. If our opponent just drops a Planeswalker here, like Kasmina, that's going to be a problem. Okay, just Teo's Light Shield. Okay, I think we're going to Toll of the Invasion here. Sarkhan's Catharsis and a Dovin. We just take the Dovin. And no attacks. I could have swung with both and got 1 damage in, but yeah, it's not that important. Okay, more swamps. That's sorcery speed, so let's swing with both. Teo's Light Shield's going to block the Amass token. We'll, Bleeding Edge the Teo's Light Shield. That's up to a 4/3. Pass. Opponent has nothing. Okay, we'll just hold up Crushed Descent now. We'll just keep going face. End step, cast something. Instant speed in white or blue. What's he got? Teo? Yeah, that's fine.
It is my duty to protect the vulnerable. Talk to the wall.
It's so lame, Teo. So lame. I don't think we need to commit anything else to the board. We might as well hold it back in case he's got... Okay, we'll just beat through his walls. He's probably got Gideon's Triumph available, so that's why we need to keep swinging with the Reaver. Creates a wall.
This is what I trained
And another swamp. No, might as well play it. Go to combat. 1 at face, 4 at tail. Okay. I don't get the purpose of this, but sure. Okay, so now he's lost his Teo, we can start targeting him with spells again. It's a 1/4 defender, don't think we care about it. Okay. I want to hold up Crush Descent still. It's probably not going to be relevant for very long, but we'll do it anyway. We don't need to commit anything to the board, there's literally no point. Alright, end step of Nyx's cruelty on this. Okay, it's a guild globe, might as well play it. Draw a card. We might be looking at a commence the endgame here. What's our opponent got? What's he waiting for? Okay, catch his plan, fine. Okay, let's swing and see what happens. Okay, still nothing. I guess we'll play the swamp. Pass. What is our opponent doing? Dying by the looks of it. He's got to be able to play 2 blockers or kill both our creatures. So he has to time wipe here. Good game. Good game. He's got nothing. Absolutely nothing. Wow, that was a pretty strange game too. I guess our opponent just had all his control cards but couldn't deal with the fact that we had a creature on board. It suits me. Okay, so that's another draft. Going real well, real well, guys. Real well. Getting lots of extra drafts in. Right, I do actually have to quickly nip to the toilet, and I'm gonna make a another cup of tea whilst I'm at it. So for those of you guys watching the recording, you can probably skip for like, I won't cut it out. You can just skip it. Like, meh. You have the ability to click the time button on YouTube, so use that. And I will be back in just 5 minutes. Okay. Hello, hello, hello. I'm back. Right. Yes, sorry about the quick break. I actually I made a coffee instead, so I wouldn't keep you guys waiting. And no doubt this means nothing to you guys watching the recording, because you can just simply fast forward time itself and just watch from where we are now. We are fighting the concept of art. The very concept of art itself. Hopefully our opponent has an artistic approach to building decks, but we'll see. This seems like a pretty good hand. I'll take that. Guild Globe's a bit but you know it can potentially it can't really do anything. It just is one less card in the deck, which is fine. But we can make our opponent think we're playing some sort of funky value deck with some off-color planeswalkers, which we aren't. It's just good for the Drakes. That's about it. Aven Eternal. Okay, so we've got a flyer coming out for turn 1 for our first play on our opponent. We're going to Toll of the Invasion them, see what they got. Oh, it's got Eternal Bontu. Yeah, no thanks. Wrecked. That is what I call absolutely 100% wrecked. So they need Aid the Fallen or they can't get Bontu back, which is fine by me. I would prefer my opponent not to have Bontu. That is wonderful. A 5/6 Menace is certainly nothing to sniff up at. Spark Reaper, okay, that's going to give them some value as the game goes on. Do I deal with it just yet? I think Obnixlus's Cruelty on the Spark Reaper seems fine. That seems like a reasonable enough target. Just pass. Okay, opponent's got more mana. Are they going to drop the Behemoth? Okay, I'm going to swing with the Aven Eternal. Yep. Play the Lazotep Behemoth. We've got Lazotep Reaver. Let's play Tamiyo's Epiphany first. Oh, Value. So we've got Value, and Value. We don't need Lazotep. Lazotep Plating is a good way to protect our creatures. We can make a giant Amass token, I guess, with the Aid the Fallen. Lazotep Plating is going to be pretty good to protect Flux Channeler and the Amass token. So I think we just keep everything. Okay, and pass. We're going to be taking some deeps. Take some damages as our opponent smacks us in the face, which will hurt, but that's fine. Yeah, I think the game plan is to make a huge Amass token at this point, since we didn't see a Thunder Drake. Relentless Advance, okay, they're making a huge Amass token as well. Ouch! No blocks. Okay, right, so let's play Flux Channeler. And hold up Lazotep. Maybe we need the Reaver as well. We can always Aid the Fallen, the Channeler back. We do need just some chump blockers, but we also need to have stuff that actually kills their creatures. What does this do? It masses 1, proliferate. Don't think that's enough. Let's play the Lazotep Reaver. Attacks. Okay, so we are in chump mode. This is scary. I assume they're going to Obnixlus's Cruelty, one of our things. Callous Dismissal and Obnixlus's Cruelty. Yeah, we dead. We dead. Okay, so our opponent didn't get to see much of our decks, so that's fine. Looks like they're on a pretty heavy Amass plan. Transmutation's probably fine against some of their bigger boys. Do we run Tidebearer Giant? It does trade with his stuff. Sorin's Thirst and Bleeding Edge seem pretty good here. Strix seems a little weaker, so we'll take the Strix out because it doesn't block defensively against his stuff. Do we need another Spark Harvest? Maybe, maybe not. Vraska's Finisher is not something we are going to be swinging with a lot. We're going to be mostly relying on Drakes to win the game. So maybe we go for Tethri's Time Twist to protect the Drakes, or Crush Descent to counter some of his spells. If he's playing big boys, I think Crush Descent seems like a pretty good pick there. Well, we're on 3 wins, so regardless of how well this game goes, we're liable to get good returns, and by that I mean we can just play another draft. So that's always nice. We will play first, and this seems like a pretty damn good hand. We just need 1 more black mana for Bleeding Edge, but we should be able to find it with Tamiyo's Epiphany. Opponent opens with a Swamp and nothing else. Okay, Erratic Visionary comes down. A solid blocker for the early game. Okay, turn 2, we've got Augur of Bolus looking for spells. Can he find any? Our opponent finds Callous Dismissal. Okay. And we will simply await our opponent to do something. Haven Eternal. If we find the mana for Bleeding Edge, that doesn't matter. So I think we're going to resolve that. I think we ditch the Aid the Fallen, I think. We'll see what we draw. Thunder Drake. Okay, we're going to ditch the Aid the Fallen. That's a Spark Harvest. Okay. Not very helpful. Pass, see what our opponent does. Pass for attackers, swings for 2 in the air. Okay, we'll take it. Davriel, Rogue Shadow Mage. Yeah, you're getting no escape. I'm glad I held that no escape in hand now. Island is actually not what we want. It doesn't protect the Thunder Drake against any of his removal until we get more stuff. So, but it does allow us to Tamiyo, so that's fine. So we drop the island, we Tamiyo's Epiphany, find black mana. Oh wow, okay. Do we need that much mana? We do if we want to keep the Drake alive. Actually, yeah, we do. We need 6 mana, so yeah, we'll take both of them. No attacks. They're going to Relentless Advance. Spark Reaper, okay. That's going to give them some card advantage. Not something we want to give them, but we'll take it for what it is. So we can Sauron's Thirst or Bleeding Edge. Bleeding Edge is sorcery, so we'll cast the Bleeding Edge, targeting the Haven Eternal. Get a 2/2. And we will pass. If they swing with a Spark Reaper, we will Sauron's Thirst it and then hit it with the Visionary. If they, yeah, they might, yeah, they're going to cast Dismissal the token, that's fine. Contentious Plan, okay. I'm going to drop a land. Going to swing with everything, swing with the team, okay, pass the blocks. We'll block the 2/3. Oh, I don't have enough. Yeah, I haven't got the mana for Sauron's Thirst. Never mind. Opponent drops a blue and does nothing. We're going to tap the Visionary and ditch the Swamp. Okay, I'm going to play the Thunder Drake and hold up our mana because I fully expect them to have some sort of removal for the Thunder Drake. Totally lost. We will allow steps playing that. So they waste their entire turn. I'm going to swing for 3. No blocks. Okay, we're going to Guild Globe. Another Thunder Drake. We will play the other Thunder Drake. And we will Spark Harvest. We will sacrifice a creature. Targeting Spark Reaper. Sacrificing the 1/1. I don't want them to have a card advantage on us, really. And we'll hold back our blockers. If we draw land, we can get rid of it with the Visionary. And if we draw... Oh, what's coming out here? 3, 4, 5. Bontu. Got Eternal Bontu. Sacrificing how many permanents? Augur of Bolus and... 3 lands. Just drawing 4 cards. Yep. Oh, 2 lands. Okay, so he draws 3. He has no instants for 2 blue. Okay, we've got Ob Nixilis' Cruelty on you. Followed by Sovereign's Thirst on you. And go to combat. Hit them for 7. So they're on a 3-turn clock, so if they can't remove the Drakes, they're going to get killed. If they can remove the Drakes, we feel bad, and we're probably just going to lose to them gassing back up with Bontu. Okay, drops a land. Pass to attackers. Swings with a 3/3. Pass, no blocks. Pass. I would have died to commence the endgame there, I think. Or pretty close to dying to commence the endgame. Spark Harvest on the Drake. Gotta take it. My turn. Toll of the Invasion. That's probably worth playing. It's sorcery, so we can't get rid of Bontu with it. We're just going to use it now. Get rid of Relentless Advance. And we are going to swing for 4. Okay, Bontu's coming up next. They can aid the Fallen to probably pull back the Augur of Bolus, I would have thought. But then they will shuffle Bontu back down into their deck, so... However, they're on a 3-turn clock with just the Drake. I will accept this trade because we don't want to get raced by them. Okay, Laztep Behemoth, that's pretty bad. Are they going to aid the Fallen as well? Dovin would be really nice right now. That would give us some time to be able to get the Drake through for lethal damage. Bontu's probably going to sack out a lot of their land again. Haven Eternal, so they're going to get a flying blocker. Contentious Plan is perfect. Proliferate, draw a card. Submit. Draw a card, draw an island. And we just drew another land. Okay, so this is probably game over. We could block the 3/3, but they're going to get Bontu out, and I don't think we can come back from that because they're just going to draw too many cards, so we're just going to call it here. I know when I've lost a game, and that's not a game we're coming back from. That Bontu is just going to do too much value. He's going to sacrifice like 3 or 4 lands, they're going to gas back up, and then they're just going to carry on just beating us to death with their more powerful board state. So unfortunately, couldn't pull the game out there. They had just a little bit too much removal that we had to play around to be able to get the Drake getting damage through early on, which is unfortunate, but such is the way of Magic. Sometimes your opponent has just got the answers that you don't. We will play first. This looks like a fine hand. We've got a turn 2 Laztep Reaver into potentially a turn 4 Thunder Drake. We'll drop black. Okay, we will drop a second black in case we draw one of our 2 black spells. So 2 mana, 2/3 feels good. That's on 2 separate bodies. It's good stuff. Vampire Opportunist, that's fine. We've got Bleeding Edge, so we're just going to straight up use that. Amass 2, and smack them for 4. Bam, 4 damage. Okay, opponent's got nothing. We're going to... they're only on 2 mana, so they can't even stop the Thunder Drake. Alright, so this should be an easy win for us. Our opponent is mana screwed on 2. Okay, they've got 3 mana now. What are they going to hold it up for? Or use it with? Mana Geode, okay. So ramping a little bit. Will they get an answer with the Mana Geode? No, scrolling to the bottom, so no answer. We will Toll of the Invasion. We will discard our opponent's Wanderer Strike. And we will Contentious Plan, giving us serious value. And we will swing for almost lethal. Not quite, we're swinging for 10. But our opponent decides to pack it in. Okay, so we saw they had a Wanderer Strike, they've got Davriel. Probably want Teferi's Time Twist in that case. Maybe a Crushed Descent as well. And possibly another Spark Harvest. If our opponent's playing the control game, Davriel Shadow Fugue might be quite good. I think Strix might be on the cutting block here. And what else do we want to cut? Maybe Sorin's Thirst. Okay, maybe we cut Bleeding Edge as well, so we can run second Spark Harvest. But we need the Amass to be able to really do that. Although it is just good removal anyway. Maybe we play a Davriel Shadow Fugue. Take out the Vraska's Finisher and stick in another Davriel Shadow Fugue. Just to try and cut our opponent off all their cards. Seems like a reasonable... If we can Davriel Shadow Fugue at 4 and they ditch lands, it puts them further away from casting things like the Wanderer Strike. So this hand is not playable, so we're going to have to ditch that. This hand is much more playable. Teferi's Time Twist, I actually don't mind that. I'll keep that. That can help protect one of our Drakes. Gateway Plaza, fixing their mana. Okay, we will play the Reaver just to get bodies on the board. Bodies on the floor. Bodies on the floor. Mana Geode. Okay, opponent's on the hardcore ramp plan. Okay, let's drop the Guild Globe. Draw a card. Okay, Contentious Plan and Time Twist. That is a pretty nice combo for the Drakes. Eternal Skylord. Okay. Got 2/2 flyer and 3/3 on the ground. Drop a Drake. And no attacks. So opponent's got 5 mana. They could drop some pretty scary stuff. They've got 6 now. Sahili.
You've never seen anything like this.
Cast Dismissal, amassing 1. They've got a 3/3 flyer. Okay, I think we no blocks here. We play the Thunder Drake again. We're gonna have to play a little greedy to get back in board state. So, and they've got the Wanderer's Strike for the Thunder Drake. And the Servo is going to become a copy of... Oh, okay, the Jar is going to become a copy of that. Just going to have to block to stem the bleeding. And this could be a pretty quick game too. Toll of the Invasion doesn't really help. He's going to swing for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, we're out. We got nothing. That was way too fast for us. Okay, yeah, those Eternal Skylords we can't handle with those. So maybe we need Kasmina's Transmutation as well. And ditch a Guild Globe, I suppose. It's a pretty weak card. The Jacerator might get us here. Might get us. That'd be the end of our draft. But we get 3 wins, so I'm definitely not disappointed with that. We will play first. This hand seems fine because we have the Visionary. If we draw black, we can play the Reaver. And we've got no escape as a counter to the Eternal Skylords. We might have to ditch Kaya to the Erratic Visionary if we can't draw land. Okay, we are going to do that. Draw a card, discard. We're going to discard the Kaya. Drop another island. Opponent might have no escape here, so I think we're going to swing with the Visionary. End turn. Opponent passes. Get a swamp. Play the Reaver. Let that resolve. No escape on a Lazotep Reaver's pretty weak, but he might have more in hand, so... Opponent's going to Herald. I think we can no escape that. It's a pretty decent target. Toll of the Invasion seems pretty good. Let's play the Thunder Drake. Swing for 1. Pass turn. Looks like Thunder Drake's gonna eat a Wanderer's Strike. Okay, we can safely Toll of the Invasion here. I think we're gonna get rid of the Kasmina. And I think we're going to Erratic Visionary and ditch the island and pass. He might Sorin's Thirst the Amass token. It's reasonable. He's got enough mana to Spark Harvest. He's going to draw with the Contentious Plan, but he's missing out on a lot of Proliferate value. Yeah, he's holding up to no escape. I think here we're safe to Davriel Shadowfugue. We hit 2 pretty decent targets. Probably. Can't counter this unless he's got Crushed Descent, which he had to draw off the top. Okay, he loses the no escape Sorin's Thirst. Okay, we'll swing for 2. Pass turn. He's going to Spark Harvest the Erratic Visionary. Okay, it's an interesting choice. Obnix's Cruelty. We'll swing for 1. I'm going to hold back land to discard if he plays Davriel. Eternal Skylord. Okay. Mass 2. I'm going to Obnix's Cruelty on the Skylord. Okay, Davriel Shadowfugue. Are we going to get a better use of Davriel Shadowfugue? I don't think so. Make him discard, lose some life. Discards Prison Realm. It's pretty good for us. Pass turn. Okay, so our opponent's in top deck mode. We've got 2 pieces of removal. I think we'll just pass again. Vampire Opportunist. Okay. Okay, pass, no blocks. Pass. Okay. We will offer up the trade. Doesn't take it. Okay, we're going to drop a swamp, and we will Casmini's Transmutation on the Vampire Opportunist, so he can no longer use its ability to win the game with that over the course of a very long time, but yeah. So he'll swing for 3. Right, Thunder Drake would be really good here. Flux Channeler, that's fine. He can't drop anything with it. And we'll Spark Harvest and pay the additional cost to kill the Flux Channeler. We'll swing for 1. We're not blocking after all, so might as well swing. House Dismissal, the Opportunist back to hand. Vampire Opportunist comes back in. Got 3/3. Might be a problem. A Contentious Plan. So Contentious Plan first. Another Swamp. Play 1. Pass turn. Okay. No blocks. Take 3. There's a Thunder Drake. Okay, opponent's going to let that resolve. Okay, going to end turn. Ping us for 2. Okay, we will block for the Thunder Drake. Temporary's Time Twist the Thunder Drake. More land. Okay, there's a Flux Channeler. So now all we need to do is draw some spells, and Flux Channeler is going to go off pretty hard. We will not swing. We need to keep back blockers to deal with that mass token. I'm going to take another 2. This is a pretty tight game. This could end badly for us if we can't get any spells off to deal with what our opponent's got. Contentious Plan is absolutely perfect. Draw a card, more swamps. Okay, we're going to swing with the Drake. End turn. Opponent's going to clock us for another 2. So you got Avril, Rogue Shadow Mage.
No one has seen my face and lived. But don't think you'll be needing that.
Alright, Tamiya's Epiphany. I think we want Aid the Fallen to get back Kaya, and it's just another spell to cast. Visionary and Kaya. So he has to, if we swing with everything, he's got to block everything. Everything's going at face. He's got to block everything. Last card in hand might be his saving grace. The Opportunist has to block the Flux Channeler, otherwise he dies. Okay, no he doesn't. 1 damage off. Okay, we concede. We lose. He just ticks the Vampire. Oh, I actually lost a game to Vampire Opportunist. Didn't think that was going to happen. Well, you saw it on recording or on stream, so you know that it can happen. Anyway, 3 wins. I think we could have pulled out that last game, maybe. Just slightly off on the curve there, but, you know, we got our gems back. We got 4 packs. Sounds good to me. Let's crack those packs open. Okay, so... Ooh, another Ugin. Feels good, man. Play some sort of ridiculous artifact deck. Chandra. More copies of Chandra. I don't know whether she's going to be good in mono red yet or not, but it might be worth trying to play around with that. Solar Blaze. Maybe a card good for Jeskai control. And we have our last pack. Dreadhorde Arcanist. Might also be another good card for mono red aggro, or Spells Matter. Is it? Not bad. Okay. Well, that went pretty good overall. I had some good fun. And you know what? That'll be, for those of you guys watching on YouTube, that's the end of the draft. Hope you guys had fun. Like to watch the 4 Thunder Drakes deck. The Dimir Drakes. Did pretty good. Not too bad. I think it could have went a little bit further, but we just got edged out slightly in that last game. Literally 1 damage off lethal. But for those of you watching on stream, you know what? Let's do another. So, as always, guys, it's been me, Chaff Commando Coffee. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.